Hello singers, do you know how to take care of your voice through the winter months, and more importantly, what to do if you lose your voice? For those of us in the southern hemisphere, winter has just arrived, and with the colder weather comes the challenge for keeping your bodies and your voice healthy. Part of learning any instrument involves knowing how to take care of it, and singers are no different. Taking care of our voice falls under the banner of vocal health or practicing good vocal hygiene, and many of us don't really give much thought to this topic until problems arise. So this week I started experiencing problems of my own. I developed a nasty head cold, which then turned into a rather unpleasant case of laryngitis. Rather than be put off filming, I thought this would be a great opportunity to show you what laryngitis sounds like and what tips or tricks are likely to work on my tired and sick voice. More on that later. In today's video, I want to talk about laryngitis, what it is, what the signs and symptoms are for laryngitis, how you can treat laryngitis at home, and more importantly, whether you should be singing while you've got a sick voice. Stay around to the end of this video because I've got a wonderful free download for you, an info guide on managing the sick voice. This is Total Voice TV. Hello there singers, and welcome to Total Voice TV, a video series for adults who want to get the most out of their voice and become the best singers they are capable of being. My name is Darren Wicks. I'm founder of Total Voice Studio, and I'm a contemporary voice coach and choir director in Melbourne, Australia. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy learning about singing and getting free singing tips, then go ahead and click on that subscribe button so that I can keep you informed every time a new video is uploaded. And now on to today's content. So what is laryngitis? Laryngitis is a generic name that refers to any kind of swelling in your larynx or voice box which causes you to sound hoarse or lose your voice. Laryngitis can be caused by something you've done, such as overusing or abusing your voice. It can be caused by irritations to the voice, such as exposing your voice to smoke or persistent coughing, or it can be caused by bacterial or viral infection. Most cases of laryngitis are caused by a cold virus, and these kinds of viruses can be spread by airborne droplets through coughs or sneezes, in saliva by kissing or sharing drinks, or by touching a contaminated surface and then touching your face, eyes, nose, or mouth. Laryngitis has a variety of cold-like symptoms that might include headache, fever, body aches, a loss of energy, sinus congestion, a dry or sore throat, pain or discomfort when swallowing, coughing up mucus, an unusual warm or cold feeling in the throat. You might have a hoarse or scratchy voice, or some kind of restricted vocal range, usually the loss of your high notes. But the most obvious symptom of laryngitis is the complete or partial loss of your voice. So what can you do if you develop a case of laryngitis? The first step is self-care. Since most cases of laryngitis are caused by a virus, use the same kind of self-care that you'd practice for any cold or flu. That means stay hydrated, stay warm, rest your body and voice as much as possible. If your laryngitis is accompanied by headaches or a sore throat, you can try some over-the-counter pain medications such as paracetamol or ibuprofen. For excessive nasal congestion, speak to your pharmacist about various sinus rinse kits and decongestants. Gargling may also be helpful, and you can use either salt water or betadine sore throat gargle for that. Now, what about those natural remedies? There are many urban myths passed around among singers about strange and wonderful remedies for your voice. There are products on the market that include herbal teas, lozenges, throat sprays and gargles that are marketed as soothing for a tired or sick voice, and some are even said to provide extra lubrication for your voice. We have to be careful that any advice we are getting comes from a solid, valid, evidence-based source. The problem with not being able to see or touch the voice is that we can imagine all sorts of things are helping our voice that are actually not. Since your larynx or vocal folds are found inside the windpipe and not in your food pipe, nothing we take into our mouths can soothe the vocal folds by direct contact. But there are things that you can do that are scientifically proven to help. So let's take a look over my shoulder while I show you firsthand what actually works to restore my sick voice.
Hello singers, this is my voice on day 2 of laryngitis. It feels so low now, about a fifth lower. It's scratchy and rattly, as you can hear. I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to steam my voice in front of your eyes. So I've put into the steamer here some near boiling water, not quite boiling. I'm going to inhale the steam vapors, and I'm going to do some semi-occluded on a straw and a coffee cup. But here's a test of my voice right now. My mum drove me to school 15 minutes late on Tuesday. The girl wore her hair in 2 braids tied with 2 blue bows. The mouse was so hungry he ran across the kitchen floor without even looking for humans. Here's some steaming. I'm going to take 5 deep breaths. Inhale a bit of steam, hold it for a second, and then exhale slowly. Test 1, 2, 3. My mum drove me to school 15 minutes late on Tuesday. The girl wore her hair in 2 braids tied with 2 blue bows. The mouse was so hungry he ran across the kitchen floor without even looking for humans. Next step is I'm going to do some semi-occluded exercises on a straw. You can hear that my voice is already much clearer, and we'll see what effect the semi-occluded has on my voice. Next, I'm going to do some semi-occluded with a coffee cup and see if that makes it any better. I can already feel like some phlegm and gunk has shifted, and my voice is feeling much clearer already. The pitch is lifted, as you can hear. Testing 1, 2, 3. My mum drove me to school 15 minutes late on Tuesday. The girl wore her hair in 2 braids tied with 2 blue bows. The mouse was so hungry he ran across the kitchen floor without even looking for humans. So there you go, even just a few repetitions on the straw, a coffee cup, and 5 inhalations of steam has made a huge difference to my voice. So a take-home message for you: what works when your voice is sick? Should you reach for the lemon and ginger tea, the Manuka honey, or the entertainer's secret throat spray? Before you do any of that, try some simple, cheap steam inhalation and semi-occluded sounds you can use the lip bubble, the tongue trill. But for a really sick voice, I like using something that gives you a very strong occlusion, such as a coffee cup or this very thin stirring straw.
When should you seek medical help? If you feel like your laryngitis is not getting better, your first port of call should be the family doctor or GP. See your doctor if your laryngitis persists but beyond 2 weeks. And see your doctor immediately if you start coughing up blood or feel that something is drastically wrong with your voice. In some circumstances, your doctor might treat you with antibiotics, anti-inflammatories, or steroids. Laryngitis that persists beyond 4 weeks is considered chronic and needs to be evaluated by an ear, nose, and throat specialist. So what about performing and singing while you've got laryngitis? Losing your voice can be very distressing for a singer, especially if you have performance commitments. In 2017, Lady Gaga famously postponed her world tour due to laryngitis. She reached out to her audience on Twitter saying, "To my beautiful fans, I couldn't be more devastated that I'm unable to perform tonight." Gaga is not the only celebrity to be struck down by laryngitis and have to cancel concerts. Some other notables include Sam Smith, Brandon Flowers, and Rihanna. If you're suffering from laryngitis, it's important that you don't place any heavy demand on your voice without first getting medical approval. Prolonged singing or talking with laryngitis can cause long-term harm to your voice. Do only short bursts of gentle exercises. 5 to 10 minutes is ample. And as you've seen from my demonstration, steam inhalation is your best friend. How can Total Voice Studio help you if you're suffering with laryngitis? Ongoing and persistent laryngitis requires medical attention and is not treated by any reputable singing coach. No vocal coach can or should take the place of a skilled medical professional. However, Total Voice Studio has the skill, the experience, and training to work alongside other medical professionals in implementing appropriate voice training or therapy when required. Total Voice Studio maintains active partnerships in our community with various voice professionals and will make referrals out as necessary. Total Voice Studio provides you, the adult contemporary singer, with an effective, holistic, and evidence-based approach to voice education. As I mentioned, I have a free download for you today, an infographic which sums up all the important information from today's video and gives you links and further information. You can download today's resource from the links in the description box below or appearing on your screen right now. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please give it a thumbs up, like, and tell YouTube that this is valuable content. If you like learning about singing, please subscribe to this channel so I can let you know every time I upload some free tips. Until next time, be well, keep singing, and remember, you were born to sing. Bye.